guys, Miss Nicole here with another Teen Hour activity. Today we'll be making our very own upcycled t-shirt tote bags. And so what you're going to find in your kits is you'll find a t-shirt as well as a snack in there. And the thing you're going to need from at home is actually a pair of scissors. This project I really enjoy because a lot of what we wear as clothing, when we wear it out or get giant stains on it, we get rid of it. Either it goes straight into the trash, which ends up at the landfill, or maybe you donate it to Goodwill or St. Vinny's or some other place. And unfortunately, they like to put out our stuff that it's all awful and stained and charge way too much money for it, instead of sending it straight to fabric recycling. In fact, it's so bad in our own country that only 15% of consumer fabrics actually make it into recycling. And that doesn't include the corporations, the businesses, none of their fabric trash is basically included in that number. We have as much as 15 tons happening annually in the US. So this is kind of one of those things that helps us use it and make sure it gets used for something else. I love recycling, but when I can't recycle, I like to upcycle, which is where you take something old and you make it into something new and usable. So I do apologize because the first time I recorded this, my video file got corrupted. I'm re-recording it with an already finished product. So we'll go through the steps pretty quickly, unfortunately. So what you'll notice here is I had a t-shirt that was all totally normal. In fact, I had to cut it in that first video. So what you're going to notice is that I cut off the sleeves first, and we actually cut off the sleeves right along the lines of the seam because it gives us an easy start to our handles. We're going to do that on both sides of our shirt so that you end up with almost looking like a muscle shirt with our arms exposed. And then you're going to cut out the neckline, and we do want to cut the neckline to be larger, so we're not actually following that little teeny tiny one because we need it to be big enough at the top for us to actually put stuff in and make it a usable tote bag. And so what's happened is your sleeves that you cut off and that neckline have created the top of your bag. Now down at the bottom, so I'll have to fold the shirt a little bit so you can see, down at the bottom of your shirt, you'll see that we always have a seam. And I've actually cut the seam off already on this one. And so that's something you guys will have to do as well. We cut that seam line down, and then with the bottom of your shirt, you're going to be using your scissors to make vertical cuts. You're kind of making your own fringe. And you'd like each cut to be about an inch in width. If it's not perfect, it's okay. And the length of that fringe is actually going to determine how big your bag is. Now, one thing really important to keep in mind is your bag will stretch over time. So if you make teeny tiny fringe and it's only just a couple inches like this, you're going to end up with a bag that eventually is almost to the floor. But if you cut it so it goes much further up, say 5-6 inches up for each strip, you're going to find that the bag looks small to start with, but over time will stretch to be just the size you need it. So you're going to do that kind of a strip cutting all the way across the bottom of your shirt. I'm showing it on the sleeve because that's what I've got. And once you've finished cutting those, in fact, I'll cut this one so that we can at least view the process. Thank goodness there's leftovers. So we'll cut, cut, cut all the way up. Don't worry if your cuts aren't perfect. And you're going to do that all the way across the bottom hem of your shirt. All the way up. Sorry, guys, I'm doing this real fast to show you as well. So again, I find laying it out using those extra sharp scissors and going straight up helps. At the end, you'll end up with fringe all the way across the bottom of your shirt. Yours should hopefully be a little more straight than my sleeve cut here. And we're going to be taking our pieces of fringe and tying them together. So you'll notice as you cut through both layers of the shirt that you actually have basic parallel pieces that are going to line up with each other. And what you're going to do with those, I can get this to separate, is you're actually going to tie them to the piece on the back side. So we'll start out by doing that. I highly recommend you do just one knot to start with for each of them. It'll seem a little loosey-goosey, and that's totally okay, because after we've gotten the fringe tied together like that all the way across the bottom of our shirt, you'll have kind of a, again, it's a little terrible example just because of the fact that it's a sleeve, but you'll see it go all the way across. And now that we've done this, you'll notice at the bottom of your shirt that there's little pukas, little holes, pardon me, my Hawaiian's shining through. And the way we need to close those up is actually to grab the ties from each piece across from each other. So you'll have your first knot and you'll grab a strand from that, and then you'll have your second knot and you'll grab a strand from that, and this you're going to knot twice, and this will help pull that together and close up those holes. And you're going to keep going across like that, so you'll take the other piece from that first knot, or from the second knot, sorry, and then tie it to your third knot piece. And remember, double knot that one, pull them nice and tight. This will keep your shirt closed. And you're going to keep doing that all the way down your shirt until you've finished closing off all of the holes. When you're finished, it should look a little something like this. You can kind of see my fringe was a little bit short on this one, partly because I want it to be a giant bag for all my books. And you'll end up with a product that looks a lot like this piece here, except with your own designs and as long as you want your fringe to be. And these make great bags. They can hold a lot of stuff. And like I said, they will stretch out. So if you feel like you made your bag a little too short, it's okay. You'll end up holding all kinds of things. I feel like this is a great way for us to use shirts that maybe we got stains on, or maybe we have a rip in the sleeve or on the bottom of our shirt, because you can still keep the cool design and make it usable for yourself, and it also saves it from going into a landfill. Well, that's it for today, guys, and I hope you enjoyed this craft and that you guys have fun making it as well. Bye!